Hi everybody, I hope you're having a good week. I'm feeling quite proud of myself at the moment because I feel like I've mastered a little bit of technology. I'm feeling like I've worked out how to post half of this video on social media and a slightly extended version over on YouTube. I have to say it is largely thanks to my 15-year-old daughter who has completely educated me on all of this, but I feel like it's working out okay, so I'm going to carry on with this for a little bit. So today the things that I wanted to talk about were upcoming classes, and I also wanted to share some ideas for new classes and just see what your thoughts are. So if you wanted to give me any feedback on these ideas, that would be really great. And the other thing that I am doing at the moment is I'm having a huge fabric sale. So I've decided to downsize the amount of fabric that I stock, and therefore I am clearing out a huge amount of stock at 40% discount. So when I get to the YouTube section of this video, I'm going to share some of the highlights of the sale, so you can see some of the items that are there. But just before that, I thought I'd just tell you a little story, and this is about standards, sewing standards. And this story actually happened quite recently in one of my corporate workshops that I ran. There was a young lady and she was standing outside the workshop area, and she was really apprehensive to come in and take part in the workshop, but eventually I persuaded her, and she came and sat down, and she told me that basically as a child in primary school she was told that she was rubbish at sewing, and that had stayed with her all these years. And much as she'd liked the idea of sewing, she really felt it wasn't going to be for her, which I thought was really sad actually. And so I explained to her what I explained to a lot of customers, is that I will always teach the best methods that I know for sewing, but I'll never expect anybody to unpick something that they're happy with. And I feel like sewing should be fun, and I honestly believe anyone can sew, and I feel like, you know, it would really take the fun out of something if you keep on unpicking something when you're already happy with it. So it's personal standards. And the other thing about those sort of standards, your personal standards of sewing, is you've got somewhere to grow. So if you're not quite happy with it but you're okay with this piece of sewing, you can maybe look to improve next time you sew. But it's certainly not about constantly trying to achieve perfection, because I really feel perfection is quite a dangerous thing, and it's definitely sucks the joy out of sewing. And I think the most important thing is sewing should be fun. So she went away much more positive, and I'm hoping that she'll come and join us for a sewing course in September, which is what she was talking about. So I think that was a positive outcome, but just that key to unlock the, having a go and just trying again is just so important. And it's just definitely, we shouldn't be so critical on ourselves about things. If it's fun and you're happy with it, then that's great. So that was my little story for today. And so now I just wanted to talk about the sewing classes. So one of the sewing classes I've got coming up is the overlocker class, and this is a really popular class where people bring their own overlocker, and I go through all the different functionalities of the overlocker, and then we get to have lots and lots of tests on different techniques and using all the different functions of the overlocker. So that's coming up on the 14th of September. The other classes that I've got, which are fairly new to the timetable actually, are more single session sewing classes. So what I'm doing now is I am opening up classes that people are booked on as a course, because the courses run back to back. So if there's a space in a course where someone's on holiday, that's opened up as a single session, so it can be booked just as a one-off, or you can book 2 or 3 if there's a few that are available. So it's just a way of having some classes where you can dip in and out. And all of my classes, or all of my courses, are basically the same kind of format, where you come and you learn at your pace and on the project that you want to work on. So there's lots of different variants in levels, lots of different variants in what people want to learn. So you can get in touch ahead of the class or ahead of the course and just explain to me what you'd like to get out of it, or you can just come and work through a sewing project, sort of taking the knowledge as you go. So lots of new options there if you'd like to take part in some classes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to switch over to the YouTube, and I'm going to talk about the fabric sale, and I'm going to talk about some new ideas for sewing classes. So one of the new ideas I've got for a sewing class really comes from a lovely little shop down in West Sussex called Stitch of Storrington. And the lady who runs Stitch of Storrington often runs the My Angie pattern as an overlocker workshop. So it just made me wonder if that would be something that would be of interest, because quite often after the overlocker class that I run, people are interested in making something. So in the past I have run the sweatshirt classes, but I also thought perhaps the t-shirt might be an idea. So I'm going to be just testing the water to see if anybody's interested and putting the idea out in my newsletter. So any feedback on that would be gratefully received. The other class that I've been talking about for quite a while, and I know would be super popular amongst some of my customers, would be to make a cover for your dress dummy and pad it to your body shape. So I feel like this would be a limited numbers, because it's quite specific on measurements, and space would be a bit of a premium. So potentially it would be low numbers, and it's quite a lot of work, so it'd probably be run over a couple of days. So I'm thinking about sort of working out the timings and the costings of that. So if that's something you're interested in, I would be interested to hear from you, your thoughts on that. So obviously my classes are based in Leicestershire, and if that would suit you, it would probably be at a weekend. I think that would be the most likely time to run these classes, but because my timetable is quite packed anyway, I feel like I've got to kind of put feelers out and see if people are interested before I commit to putting it on the timetable. And the other thing that I mentioned was the big fabric sale. So like I said, I have decided to downsize the amount of fabrics that I stock, and I've sorted out a huge amount that is already in the sale section on my website. So the sale section on the website is already discounted, and what I'm offering now is an extra 40% off that discounted site. So I will put the details below this video, but if you're interested in an extra 40% off any of the sale items, all you need to do is add the code SUMMER40, and the sale will run until the end of August, so August the 31st. So I just thought I would show you a few of the things that are in the sales, particularly some things that are not that easy to see. So what I have got is a couple of these panels, which are quite interesting. So these are stretch jersey panels. So they're great for making t-shirts, kids t-shirts and things like that. So what you have with a panel is you just buy the one section where the cutting line is, and you have this front panel with the leopard's face on, and you've got the spots at the bottom. And then on the other side of it you have this all over print, so this could be used for sleeves. And you also have a back panel. So this is a lovely Spanish designer that I used to sell, and the fabric quality is absolutely stunning. So that says Earth and Dreams, but it's just a lovely colourful cotton elastane jersey. So there's a couple of panels left of that. There's also one with unicorns on as well, so they're worth looking out for. Another fabric from the same designer actually is this lovely double gauze, which has got unicorns and clouds. Again, really lovely quality, really soft, lovely for children's wear, little summer dresses and things like that. So that's quite fun. So like I said, all of these are 40% off the prices on the website. And then also looking at a few more summery weights, we've got this lovely classic white cotton voile with the embroidered eyelet. And that you can't go wrong with really for a lovely summer basic, or a nice summer dress or a top would be great in that. This one I think is a cotton and viscose blend. This is a dead stock fabric, so it's nice and drapey and light. So this one is a red base with these little white daisies. Again, perfect summer base. This one's a real bargain actually. It's already quite low in price, and then with your extra 40% off, it's really a good price. I pulled this one out because this one is quite unusual. It's got an ombre effect, so it's a French terry, and you've got this kind of ombre effect through it, so it sort of fades from a deep coral to a pale coral. And this, like I said, is on a French terry. Could be quite interesting if you wanted to make a hoodie, using the different kind of tones there, or mixing it with a different colour, something like that could be quite interesting. And then these more heavyweight, these are recycled polyester. It's a beautiful polyester crepe, and it's a really heavy weight actually. I've got 4 colours in this, so I've got this lovely oyster cream. So these would be great for drapey sort of dresses, skirts, trousers, even suits you could make using this fabric. So I think again these are, I think, £10 a metre in the sale, because I've sold some of this earlier today. So like I said, I've got the oyster creamy colour, I've got a dusky pink and a flame red, and then I've got this lovely bottle green as well. So really beautiful quality. Obviously the great thing about recycled polyester is you haven't got the crease, so if you're a fan of things not being too creased, then this is a good choice. And then I thought, having talked about the Angie top, I would just pull out a few of the lovely jerseys that are now in the sale. So this one being the rather spectacular meat milk ribbed jersey, which is absolutely gorgeous quality. And I've got this in the green with the purple stripes. And like I said, this would be really great for the Angie top actually. I've got an Angie top in that one. And then I've also got this cherry kind of pinky red colour as well. And then a couple of other simple fabrics. We've got the pointel. There's a couple of colours in pointel. There's a remnant now of the grey pointel, and there's some navy with a sort of almost black fleck in it, and this gorgeous mustard colour. So the pointel has the little kind of needle out design, which is sort of traditional It almost looks like vest material, but it's really nice for layering. I love this for layered Angie tops in the winter, and with that little bit of extra detail, looks quite nice. And then I've also got some colours of cotton jersey in the sale, so again, great prices on these. So I've got this lovely dusky pink, lovely soft chalky pink colour, and then a gorgeous mustard, again soft pastel-y mustard colour. So there are lots of other fabrics. I just pulled those out as a bit of a selection, thinking along the lines of the Angie top, also things that you can't see particularly well online. But there's also boiled wool in the sale. I've got organic corduroy in the sale. I've got lots more jerseys and cotton fabrics. I've got some lovely sequin fabrics. There's some sports fabrics. There's all sorts of things. There's over 100 items, and then there's also the remnants. They're also in the sale as well. So there's huge amounts, lots of bargains, lots of projects to set up for the winter. So yeah, so have fun with that. Don't forget the code is summer40. I will add that below the video. And I think that's all for this week. So I shall see you again next week.